Hey, what's up? We got some people here. Awesome. I'm sending it out to to the school to get everyone here. What is messed up? Here is the new one. Hopefully, we get people in here. I'm gonna also post that same link. Sorry about that. New laptop. I had to give my Google Chrome permission to YouTube to post on there. So let me update that link. Should be good. Okay, now everything's updated. Should get people funneling in here now. Um, Dude, yeah, you can see clearly. I'm not lagging. I don't think. That's awesome. Um, yeah, hopefully we get some more people in here. I'm sorry about that. That's super frustrating. I know. Hopefully everyone, everything gets fixed. We get people in. Right now we're sitting at 4. We typically have about 75. So hopefully that's fixed. Anyways, so as people funnel in here, obviously today is FOMC day. Typically this is a day I don't trade. However, going live, obviously want to look for something, but we'll definitely see what I can find. There are a few things I want to look at this morning, as people have asked for different things for me to look at. And so we'll take a peek at that. And then obviously if there's any other things that you guys need or any questions you have, we'll dive into that. Hey, what's up, Glenn? What's up? Hey, if you guys can do me a favor, on the school, if you can go to that recent post I just did right here, the live trading one, and just like it and blow it up so people can get in here. So it stays at the top so people can see it. If you guys can do that for me, because I had a link mess up, so we can get people in here. If do that for me, please. All right. Sharing right now. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and look at everything. So we still got 10, but yeah, hopefully that gets people in. Let me look at those questions that people have asked me to look at. I don't really have a plan this morning. I don't have anything specific as to what exactly I'm looking at. Simply just looking for really high quality, good setups. A lot of general tickers, they gap way down yesterday. So obviously you want to be mindful of that. There we go. A lot of major gap downs last night. So definitely want to be mindful of that. So we're going to have we're going to have supply at highs of almost every high. I think literally everything gap down. So let me see. Netflix was one, Apple. We did gap into demand, right? So it's a good sign, right? But there will need to be some things to happen for me to actually get in and get long. So I'm going to take a look at all the things that people have put in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, hopefully we get some more people. We're only at 14. Yeah, I'm sad that I messed up the link. But thanks, Glenn, for commenting as well. Perfect. Let's look at. All right. Again, yeah, like I said, no true plan really out of me. Probably a no trade day for me, but I do want to provide insight, kind of walk you through again my plan, so people can see that. And do everything there as well. So let me kind of walk you through what I look at in the morning. So every morning, I just have this basic watch list. It does revolve more around TLM, but I don't always use it just for TLM. It really comes down to, okay, every single morning, I'm going to look at multiple time frames, okay? Develop a multiple time frame analysis, okay? Develop a plan, okay? Right? Gaps, right? What are gaps? Gaps form supply and demand, right? So when all that is here is a candle, right? So we have a big supply zone up here, but we also gap down into this demand zone, okay? Let me delete that alert. All right, so with this, right? Yeah, right? One of the ways you could trade that with supply and demand is you just get long, right? You could just get long, put my stop down there. Right, but I typically wait for some type of lower time frame confirmation, and that could come here on AMD, kind of like a high, low, higher high, lower low, something like that, or a high and a low, a lower high, a lower low, and a break of that. That's kind of what I would look at. Again, that's just on SPY here. So it really just depends. I'll probably put an alert up here, so I'm alerted, and here, so I'm alerted. But that is looking good. Netflix, so kind of the same thing, right? Netflix got way up, and I will look. Are you looking at? You want Nasdaq or just NQ, like futures, Adrian? Glad everyone's starting to funnel in now. Okay, like Netflix, we have a big move at, I guess it was kind of at open here. So big move. We obviously have supply down here or up here. I have some demand down here now. Probably won't touch Netflix, but I will have it on a watch list for help. But again, I'm just walking through my process like, hey, this is kind of what I do. This is what it looks like. SPY starting to get some type of bounce. But the biggest thing, right, is we have equal lows here. So I want to be mindful of that. I would love to see push higher, start to move lower, grab liquidity, stop everybody out, push higher. That's what I'd like to see. Again, it's FOMC. It could just be flat, but potentially that's what I'd like to see. Again, like I said, one of the ways we teach trade, you can literally just do this, right? Except you're gonna have about a 40% win rate, but you literally can. Yeah, Adrian, let me know. Are you wanting Indy X or are you wanting like NQ? Looking at NQ, typically when I do futures trading, I look more at the 15 for supply and demand. So obviously, it looks like we're forming demand here. Okay, it looks like we kind of bounce from this demand, right? We have supply up in this area. It's not fresh. It has been taken out. So good chance that, with lower time frame confirmation, we can see new highs up to, maybe not new highs, but highs up to here. We obviously have supply all the way up here on a 15. Let's look at a 1 minute. So we do have that lower time frame confirmation. Okay, and this could end up being a really good play here for us. Let's look at this, right? So we are making lower lows and lower highs. All right, we form a lower low, right? Actually, we do it again because of wicks, and then we take out the high, right? We have a break, right? So we have a break here, or even a break there, just to keep things clean, right? If I have supply up here, even though it's not fresh, I don't really want to target above that, right? This one is probably, did it not go down there, that volume? Yeah, it did. Okay. This one is probably done. I could target up to like right here would kind of be my target. Let me see here. Let me see what this would be. See if we can get a 50% retrace entry. So that, NQ right there, bro, that could definitely be playable. That could definitely be playable. You want to be mindful of kind of this liquidity grab here, but that's a 1.5 hour trade. I say that wins 60% of the time. So this is not a bad setup at all. I hope you can kind of see that, right? Making our lower lows and higher lows, lower lows and lower highs, right? And then we shift trend, we break trend, right? So it really actually looks kind of good. Let me get my broker up. Might be a solid trade. And then MES, I'll look at ES. I trade ES. It's essentially the same thing, but MES is going to be a different leverage, right? So if you look at the 15, okay, we do know that we rejected supply up here. So it makes me feel a little bit more bearish, or just stay in this chop. Probably don't want to target past that. Again, we also have supply up here. You're welcome, Adrian. And looking at this, all right, let's go down to a 1 minute so we can read price action. All right, we have high, low, lower high, higher low, which is actually a strong low. I don't know if you know anything about that. Break of structure here, right? So on this, right, my logical stop instead of being below this low is below this low because it retraced 50% or more and then broke structure. So on this type of trade, let's say I want to target up to here with my stop here. This would also be an acceptable trade there. Really actually looks solid. Both of these setups look good. Again, like I said, every trade has the possibility to lose. Every trade has the possibility to win. We want to take the probability that we're going to win more than we lose. So we want to take those types of setups. You'd probably have the same thing really on SPY. Just like I said, I was leaning longs, right? I'm leaning more longs, but you probably have it more. It's just easier to see on NQ and ES, in my opinion, just because of that ability to see kind of that pre-market. I do not use pre-market when we're looking at ES, or I'm sorry, when we're looking at SPY or the Qs. I do not use pre-market. But this like really looks solid. The downside to this is there's two things. Very early into market open, right? So extra volatility. FOMC day, so extra volatility. But you know, it really just comes down to, okay, what happens? Well, honestly, what happens? This would be a fine, like outside of FOMC, I'd probably take this trade. I'm probably already in this trade. With it being in FOMC, it just makes us more prone to potential stop hunts just like this, fast reversals just like this. And like we really could probably trade in that range. But this is kind of the setup you want to see. You want to see that downtrend and then that shift in trend, right? And that's when you want to take action right at that shift in trend. Again, these trades probably could work out. I might take ES. ES kind of looks a little bit better because NQ kind of went a little bit lower. ES looks pretty solid. But so stocks, you want to be on regular. Okay, actually, it doesn't matter how we trade. Stocks, you want to be on regular and play gaps. Futures, you want to be on electronic. Okay. The only time you're not on electronic is whenever you have the TLM. If you have TLM, that is from regular trading hours only. Yeah, I don't know. So what scares me here is this fast move. So this is what we call just a stop hunt, right? So if it's not a break of structure, it's a stop hunt, right? And knowing the difference is huge, right? Doesn't mean that this cannot work. It's just, in my opinion, less likely to. Like, yeah, NQ is already starting to fail. So it doesn't look to be, NQ would have hit my stop if I would have been in. So I'm glad I personally did not take that. Honestly, I would have taken it had my broker been up. So I'm personally glad I didn't. But kind of bouncing from this lower time frame demand here. But I think this one loses too. So those are just examples of, probably B plus A setups that, don't work because of, of external volatility, right? Let me make sure we got about 30. So I need some more people in. Try to get some more people in. I'm so mad that the link messed up. Okay, let me see. Yeah, and most of my trading, as you guys have noticed, I typically buy here, right? If my risk reward meets that. So obviously this would have ended up probably being a loss. But another advantage to playing that pullback of 50% is that you kind of get a feel for, okay, was this a break of structure or a stop hunt, right? You kind of get that feel. So yeah, I'm still holding it out. Again, not giving up on it though, right? ES, I mean, ES, if for example on ES, if I do get long, like SPY gives me an opportunity, I probably erase this supply zone and I would target up to more like here. But it kind of depends on what SPY does. Remember on SPY, right? I was looking for move higher, move lower, higher low to form and a break, right? So we could still get that. We did form a new low, right? So if this high can be taken out, right, you know, calls can look really, really good up to here. Again, that might be too big of a move, but maybe. I don't know. FOMC, it just got me second guessing anything I do today. No. I personally didn't. You never know, but with the big gaps, right? With the big gaps, like let me turn on my TLM indicator that Jordan built here. With this, right, we're all the way. TLM is all the way up here, right? So it's not even in our range, right? It's not even really in our range. Same thing for here. It's not even in our range for today, you know. So I just kind of gave up on it today. No point to even track it with that big of a gap. Meta, again, kind of the same thing. SPY could definitely look tasty. Oh, I never even looked at Apple. Apple has been dumping lately. Have you guys noticed that? Apple has just dumped past few days. It's been wild to see. SPY, is that taking out the high? No, taking out the low. Okay. Yeah, and Casey, I got your message on Discord. The reason that the link stopped working is I got a new laptop, so I had to update my permissions and I had to quit Google Chrome to do it. But as you can see, I am not lagging. My voice is probably coming in clear. You can see my chart much better, which is fantastic. So I'm happy for that. Yeah, so ES would have hit stop. So we got to touch that. And Robert, to answer your question, which time frame works best for a break of structure? All time frames work best for a break of structure. All time frames. Okay. However, reading price action, you need the most data possible, right? For relative to your picture, right? So it comes down to kind of your targets, right? So if I'm looking at a 5-minute chart, right? Let me just clear these drawings. If I'm looking at a 5-minute chart, okay, what do I have, right? I have high, low, high, low, high, and now new low, right? Right. If this is my plan, right, on the 5-minute, right, which high do I need to break for a trend change? Right now it's this high. Well, you could also argue this high, but let's just argue this high for now. Okay. I need this high to break, right? If this high breaks, I'm probably targeting up to here or in this area, right? Now, if I go look at a 1-minute chart, again, I kind of have the same picture, but more data. And more data can also provide fake outs, but it really depends on, your plan, the length of the trade you want to be in, right? How many points you want to risk or take or whatever the case, right? So on here, we have high, low, we have high, we have low, we have break, right? So if I'm taking a trade here based off this break, I'm not targeting really past this high, so I'm going to target more in this area below supply, right? On the 5-minute, we don't see that. On the 1-minute, we do, right? Now, if I look even further, right? Okay, we have low, high, low, high, low, high, break down right there. Okay, now we're in downtrend. Okay, so we have high, low, high, really higher low, like I mentioned, break, right? When I'm taking, if I were to take this trade with my stop here, right, I'm not targeting past these highs, more like targeting up here, right? Does that answer your question? Does that help provide value to you, my friend? So it's relative. I'll just say this. It is relative to your target, okay, what time frame you want to use. Regardless, it comes down to highs and lows, highs and lows, and then a low taking out a high for a bullish breaker structure, right? That's what it comes down to. Yeah, SPY's probably dumb, though. See, but that's another thing why you wait for that confirmation piece too, right? Robert, did that make sense? Let me look at, so let me go through the vault here. Okay, George, I'll get to George first. AMD ripping, bro. AMD was perfect. Wait, how did I miss that? I thought I had an alert on AMD. Did my alert go off? What the heck? Bro, I thought I had that. Gosh dang it. So fibs are drawn from swing lows to swing highs. Just like that. And I only personally used the 50%. Could trade that. Bro, how did I miss that? I thought I had it as an alert. Maybe I just didn't do it. Oh, it's frustrating. Oh well. I had it on my watch list this morning. I thought I had an alert set. I literally thought I went. It's gonna close the gap. It's gonna fill. Oh well. Okay. I'll put an alert here just in case, but more than likely it's done for. Dang, that would have been a solid move. Shop, kind of the same thing. BA, Microsoft, done. Amazon, done. Don't want to touch it. Qs, again, kind of the same thing as SPY, right? Break above here. They look to target up. Again, with FOMC, not loving it. Google, not love it. NVIDIA, probably fill gap, but didn't make a new low, so don't love it as much. But okay, let me look at Tesla. Well, let me look at NVIDIA. I'm already here. So George in the vault. Okay. Actually, let me get to these questions here. Casey, did that answer your question? And yes, trying to turn confirmation, say on 5 minute, should use entry on same time frame. All right. So I use multiple time frames. As you've seen in my examples, I use higher time frame for supply and demand, lower time frame for price action reading, right? In my opinion, if you look at lower time frame supply and demand, you're prone for more fake outs. That's just what I see. Typically, I may use a lower time frame supply and demand for an entry point, but not really to formulate an idea, right? Like let's say, for example, we come back down to here on this 1 minute demand zone, and I were looking to take a trade. I wouldn't put my stop here. I would still have it below this low, right? The low that created the high, right? That's what I'd look at. So, bro, AMD, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Okay, back to NVIDIA. Roy, what do you think if I use a strategy for a 1 day trade frame? So for swing trading, right? It's the same thing. Let's get into that in a second. Let's look at NVIDIA. Okay. So if I'm looking at the daily, right? What do I see here, right? Pretty much, obviously, there's a lot of demand here, but on the daily chart, or even like the 4 hour, maybe let's look at the weekly. Just provide a little better picture, right? I have a clear demand zone down here. That's kind of that start of that move, right? So again, what am I doing? Putting an alert here, right? Probably not touching this for a while, realistically, from a swing trading perspective. But then I'm going to look at a lower time frame, the 1 hour, the 30 minute, and I'm going to look for price to come into demand and react, right, on this type of time frame. Really, again, obviously, if I'm swing trading and I'm targeting new up to here or new highs, the 1 minute is going to provide too much noise. So I need clear highs and lows on the 30 minute. Okay, does that make sense, Roy, for you? And I can be more clear if I need to. For George Smith Jr. in the vault, look at NVIDIA for a swing trade long, but he did say I'm looking for puts. So I'm not. I think he was. I don't know. I asked, are you wanting to swing trade long but buy puts? So for anyone that is wondering, if you're wanting to long, you would want to buy calls or sell puts. If you're wanting to short, you would want to buy puts. So I asked him, you're wanting to swing trade long but buy puts? He said yes. I don't know. I'll just give analysis for both. How about that? So obviously for longs, it really comes down to, okay, where is my demand, right? If I'm looking for an actual swing trade, right, we are way overextended for me to get into any type of longs, right? Way overextended. I want to see price come down to kind of this weekly demand and then kind of react. So that's kind of that. Looking for shorts. All right, since we are at all-time highs, I mean, I would personally probably never short this. I don't know if he is looking for shorts or not, but you would really need to see kind of this low break, right? And then you can target down to here. But really, you want to start seeing supply being formed before you even look for shorts, right? You want to go with the trend. We don't even have supply on this chart. We don't have fresh supply anywhere, right? So looking for shorts is probably not a thing that's going to happen. Looking at Tesla. Now, Tesla has been down, okay, right? So Tesla is a little bit better to play both ways. Let me look at the AMD here real quick. Are we going to pull back? Let me look at contract prices. Did they have earnings yet? Do you guys know? I think it might be Friday. They did have earnings. Okay, I thought maybe it was Friday. Oh, it's right here. Okay. All right, let's take a peek. Oh, I haven't figured out like the small little details of my laptop yet, so I'm still struggling with some little details here. So AMD contract shouldn't be too bad. So if you're looking at 2-day expiration, yeah, about in the money would be 360. Okay, I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't think we get the pullback, but don't hate it. Go back to Tesla. So let me clear drawings. So Tesla again, really a stock you play both ways here, right? Kind of in this consolidation, kind of in this like what the heck is Tesla doing mode. And Nvidia is obviously just ripping, right? But Tesla, right? Let's look at it. So if we look at it from a swing trading perspective, okay, we are clearly in a downtrend, right? From this view, right? From this view, right? This low seems to be strong, right? But we are clearly in a downtrend, right? This high is kind of our high that truly tells us uptrend is going to continue, right? That high, right? That high is one that created the last low, right? However, it doesn't mean I can't play longs at demand, right? And I can't play longs at demand, right? It's just kind of different, right? So if I'm looking for longs here, right, I'm looking for demand bounce and I'm looking for highs to get taken out, right? So I'll be looking for right now, we could say high, low, high, low, high, low. The reason why this is a high is because we gap down form supply, okay? So really, right now, if this high breaks, yeah, I could get in longs, target up to here with my stop below that low, right? Nice little 1.14 R trade, all right? If I really want to target new highs, right, it's about your relative highs and lows. If I want to target new highs, all right, I probably want to see, like I said, this high break or even this high break in a pullback, right? Because just because this little high breaks on the 30-minute doesn't mean, oh, now we're in an uptrend and we're going to go see all-time highs. But it allows me to play the probability that if this high breaks, I'm playing the probability that before price comes back down to my stop, price is going to hit my target, right? That's what trading is, right? That's why you're not catching crazy moves like that. We don't need to. just catch base hits just like this all day long, right? Hopefully that helps with Tesla in the video. Hopefully he's watching or can come back and see this later. Eating. Glenn wanted Apple and AMD. Glenn, did you want day or swing? Swing, perfect. Let me look at this. I don't hate it. What are your guys' thoughts on AMD? Does this look like an A+ setup to you? Let me look at demand. I mean, bro, I don't know. It's not fresh. I guess we did look into it, but I don't know. Pretty fried, pretty crispy. Well, that sausage link was fire. Oh, and Ben asked about a lecture about what new traders should do on FOMC Day. That's a really good question. So I know on social media, right? If I were to go on Twitter right now, all I would see is FOMC. Oh, you can't even see. All I would see is FOMC, FOMC. This is the perfect FOMC strategy, blah, 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 blah. Right? That's all you'd see. Not even new traders, but all traders. FOMC is a day where institutions make money. Right? You are 95% just going to become liquidity. Right? And Roy, I go live every Wednesday. But yeah, dude, it literally is just for institutions to make money, right? Especially with retail traders, right? So my advice, stay away, especially stay away from stocks that really fit that narrative, like SPY, right? Really probably stay away from SPY, the Qs. Like there are some exceptions. AMD may be an exception, right? It may be fine, especially, and also trade in the morning only, right? Trade in the morning only. Don't be caught in the afternoon trying to take a trade and, catching L's, right? Don't get caught in that. I really like this, honestly. Spend a lot of time. I don't know, bro. If we get a good enough pullback, I might take this. No lie. Okay. Apple and AMD for swings. Okay. Are you thinking like long-term swings or short-term swings? Like a couple days to a couple weeks, or a couple weeks to a couple months to a year? Long, cool. Oh. Sorry, that sausage is really good. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing as NVIDIA, right? Just overextended, needs some price to cool off, right? This demand zone here, I like, right? I think it's reasonable. It's in a good range, right? Let me see what's the percentage difference, right? It's only 7% down, which could easily happen. Like FOMC could dump today, right? If they, depending on what they decide on rates. So demand down here, right? For swings, you come down here, react, boom, freaking target 200, 197. That would be a solid setup right there. That'd be solid. Truly, that would be a solid setup. I do have an alert there. I wonder what I was planning. I should have written notes, but like that would be crispy, truly, really good. And then AMD, I'll keep that drawing. AMD, from a swing trading perspective, again, same thing as an NVIDIA. We do have a rally base, or actually rally base, rally, right? So we do have some, weekly demand here, and here, right? Again, I don't really know what the market's gonna do. I'm shocked at how much we're ripping right now. It just blows my mind. But that's why I just trade price action. I don't care about anything else. But right? You could play all three of these demand zones with the proper reaction for swings, a couple weeks, right? So we could definitely react, come up. We may not make new highs, but you're not targeting that. We make a higher low, come back down, play the reaction. There's plenty of options there, but the biggest thing with swing trading, the hardest thing really is waiting. It's simply just waiting, right? Waiting for a setup with all trading, but swing trading is just magnified, right? Because instead of waiting maybe a couple hours or, maybe 30 minutes, you wait 30 days, right? Here it just comes down to, is there reaction when price pulls back into demand, right? And Roy, yes, this kind of watch list right here is kind of my everyday watch list. I add to it as I find a stock that may be suitable for day trading. I don't really trade Boeing. Not sure why that's in there. I think it was in there from yesterday. Do trade shop, had a shop yesterday, but this watch list here is kind of my go-to. Glenn, hopefully that helps provide some insight there to you. Let me actually look at. I think Nvidia is going to. Yeah, didn't get the pullback I needed. Needed a little bit deeper, but yeah, it's definitely looking. And Casey, I do both. So I'm a big swing. So this is kind of how I phrase it. Okay, so day trading is the 9 to 5, right? Day trading is the 9 to 5. You make, you're consistent money. It's your take home, right? All that stuff. Swing trading is your cash flowing side hustle, right? So swing trades are trades that you do very passively, and they are things that produce cash flow for you maybe in losing streaks on day, or also just help. Like those are typically your big winners should be in swings, right? If you have let's say you have a $10,000 account, and on day trading you're making $1,000 plus for day trading, right? You're probably over leveraging, right? Or like risking or gambling, right? Swing trading, if you make that, it's different. You're catching much bigger moves, right? It requires less capital, especially with options. But that's kind of my insight there. But I do both. Speaking of swings, so I'm in a BX long right now for the 16th, so the 21st of June. It's doing amazing. I think I even talked about it last week. I got in it last Wednesday. I think I shared it last week. But great setup. Targeting up to here. Ideally, you would want to target here, right? But I was doing that's what I would have done if I was doing like expiration in the middle of February. But since I'm all the way out to June, I was like, let me just target up to here. If price wants to hang out a little bit, go for it. Let me see what I'm up right now. I am up. I'm down today, obviously, but I'm up. I just have one contract because of earnings. They were inflated. I didn't even realize. I'm up 40%, and there were $1,000, $1,200 contracts. So I'm up 47.5. So looking for that should be close to 100% gain, if not 150, depending on when it hits. But looking really solid there. Looking really solid. Yeah, man. I don't know if there'll be setups today. I was kind of coming in today thinking there probably won't be, but Dollar General is just something. It's a long term, but really it's more of a dividend investing thing I'm doing. It's in my swing because I got in it due to swing reasons, but I'm targeting all-time highs. I plan to hold it for the next few years. And Casey, I do and I don't. So for this one, I probably will, if we haven't hit my profit target by Friday, I'll probably move it up to break even. If I had multiple contracts, I would have, like, let's say I had 5 contracts, like and my position size would have been, instead of $1,000 per contract, it would have been 500. I would have done more contracts. I would have taken about 4 contracts right there, and then left a runner for up to here. That's just kind of what I would have put my stop break even. That's kind of what I would have done there. But with one contract, I'll move my stop up if we don't hit it by Friday. But yeah. Are you still thinking about a watch list? I think I have my watch list here. What do you mean? Are you still thinking about a watch list? What do you mean? Confused. Confused. Yeah, I should have been looking for shorts, bro. The shorts were perfect. No, it's okay. Hindsight's 2020. Sharing a watch list. When did I mention that? And is it not this one? And Glenn, for long term, I'm just so confused, Robert. I want to tailor to your question, but I'm confused about what watch list. Dude, Casey, I just watched Spy. Literally, just watched Spy. Let me eat this bagel. I just watched Spy. And ES. My reasoning was, if I can't trade one, I can't trade any. And in my opinion, Spy is the easiest to trade. Thought I did on the vault. I did ask if, I asked if there's anything specific you want me to look at. And I have, that's what I'm going through right now. I don't know if you can find where I said that, maybe it'll strike my memory. I have no idea. Other than like, this is my day trading watch list is right here. So I don't really know where else to go. And then ABT. Hey, I had a plan here. What the heck? This is nifty. This is nice. So, all right, this is what I'm talking about. Relative price action. Okay. Right. So our true break of structure occurs here. Right. That's our true break on this time frame. Right. So this would have kind of been that trade. Right. Obviously that trade was missed. Right. The trade was missed. But that's what it would be like. I don't know. I don't remember ever going over this at all. I don't even know what this ticker is. I don't know why I haven't. I must have been in a coaching call. Right. But now, because this move has happened, right, kind of need to, in my mind, zoom out, right? Zoom out and look at, okay, we have high, low, high, low. I need to wait for this high to break to kind of get back into, long-term or, swings, right? Still though, let me go zoom out. Still though, my logical stop for longs is down here. All right. If I'm playing up to all-time highs, or I don't know if it's all-time, but probably all-time highs, right? I can't enter right now when it breaks, right? I need to wait for that pullback. So I want to see a break, pullback, then I can get in, right? Kind of that 50% pullback where institutions are buying, right? With my stop here. Now I have a nice trade, probably target right below the high, right? This would be solid, right? But I'm kind of at the point now where this trade doesn't make sense because there's not solid risk reward, but a pullback would. A pullback would. Ideally, you would have caught down here, right? And it's typically how we are, right? We always find setups too late, then we give up on it. But don't give up on it, right? There's still you're in the dude. Awesome, you got in at 100, dude. That's awesome. I mean, a little bit later than I would like, about $2, but nothing crazy. You're in 100. Obviously, I think any stop should be below this low at around 90, right? 89. Target up to here would be a fine trade. If you have multiple shares, go up to here, or contracts go up to here. I personally hate targeting past all-time highs. That's just me. I like targeting right below them because I feel like typically if they do break, it's typically like liquidity grab, move lower. That's what I've noticed. But yeah, good job. Are you trading shares or options of this? Oh, futures, cool. Yeah, probably won't touch this. I bet we just stay. I bet we just stay right in this range until FOMC. I probably won't touch it. Honestly, probably won't touch it. Judy asked for AMD, Tesla, and Microsoft. Did all those. Let's look at Microsoft. Am I looking for any potential longs on SPY like intraday? Not until this high breaks. So if this high doesn't break, no. Let's look at Microsoft. So I don't know if Judy wanted long term or short term day trade or whatever. She might be in here. I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure, but let's look at from a day trading perspective. Obviously, watch out. I thought they had great earnings. I thought. I think they beat earnings. So I really don't know. Really don't know. Really don't know why it's dumping, but that's just how earnings are. So ripping through demand here. Again, personally, not looking for short. I am looking for a long term buy. Where do I have it? At 330. I would love that. That's kind of like my discount. Again, looking at dividend investing. But that's kind of my, if I could get down to there, that'd be my ultimate. But more than likely, probably here. But looking at Microsoft, it definitely needs to cool off, right? We're up crazy amounts this year. It needs to cool off. It's just a matter of what that looks like. Is it gonna cool down like this, right, and be really slow, and then we're kind of back at demand in November, right? Is that what the market's gonna do, or is it gonna be something where we kind of just dump and then react? It's really time will tell, especially with this, but it could also never pull back for us. Right? It eventually will in some capacity, but like eventually I believe it'll pull back either 50% there, or we'll make new highs and it'll pull back 50% eventually. It will pull back 50%, just like kind of this one did pull back about 50%. They just typically always do. So Microsoft is something, again, want to see it cool off for swings for day trading. Probably wouldn't touch it until the earnings cools off. But again, it's the same principles: higher time frame demand, lower time frame price action. That's all it comes down to. Yeah, not looking for anything on SPY. Not really looking. AMD did bounce at 50%. I mean, I don't know, man. I could have had an OCO set, but I'm not in anything. I'm not in anything. Probably a protect capital day. Probably not taking a trade. Is there anything else you guys are looking at? Want me to look at? Any questions that you have? One thing I want to make sure you guys do. Obviously, like the live stream. Hopefully, it pops up on the people's. I don't really know how live works, but also use the school DMs to me as a resource. I'm active in those DMs. I've been talking to a lot of people in there, but use those DMs as a resource. If you guys have questions, shoot me a DM. If you guys, whether that's about trading, it's about psychology, it's about specific setups, it's about what your next steps look like, maybe possibly in the mentorship, whatever it looks like. Right, just shoot me a DM, and love to talk to you about anything. Pretty active in those. Other than that, I appreciate that, Casey. Appreciate Walmart. Goose. Let's look at Walmart. I had a friend in high school. His nickname was Goose. Is that you? Is that you, Goose? You're my friend from high school? Walmart. Do they have earnings? Coming up. Kind of rejecting this 4-hour supply up here. Not really, kind of almost. Day or swing, my friend. Goose, day or swing? That's funny. Swing. Perfect. Are you leaning bullish or bearish? Hey, chill. A man's got to eat, you know? Goose, are you bullish or bearish or kind of unbiased? I'm not a furu, I'll tell you, or yeah, furu. I'm not. Yeah, my Twitter following is 500, right? My YouTube subscription's 165. I do it for the education, my friend. It's fun. I find a ton of joy in doing this. But yeah, by the way, speaking of Twitter, freaking follow me on here. Try to get this. I'm trying to catch up to Jordan. I'm trying to catch up to Jordan, bro. Give me a follow right here. I'll drop the link in the chat if you guys don't follow me. Make sure you sub to the YouTube too, and then we'll look at Walmart. I'm plugging my Twitter, but yeah, I'm working on putting out threads. I mean, I found Jordan through his threads, right? I found a ton of value in what he put out. I'm just kind of returning the favor. That's kind of what I want to do. No, thanks, Ashley. Yeah, 166. So thank you. Hopefully that's my goal is 1,000 in the next 3 months. That's my goal. So, I mean, if everyone in the vault would just sub, I'd be chilling. But, yeah. So Goose is unbiased, okay, with his Walmart trade, right? I don't know if anyone caught anything today. Congrats again. Today's just one of those days where, really nothing really tickles my fancy. I'll just say that. With FOMC, just not really looking to trade. Let's look at Walmart. So Walmart, obviously, it looks like we gapped up today. Oh, I'm actually not in that trade. Full transparency, I'm not in that trade. I think it's a good trade. I just am not in it personally. But if you saw it, bro, dude, write it out. Trust it. But I did not enter that trade. I will tell you guys if I would have entered. I did not enter. Walmart. Okay. Demand here. AMD crossed the. I don't know, bro. I want to take it so bad. I'm not taking it. I'm gonna hold off. Protect capital. We also have supply high up here. Not sure why we're selling off here. Not sure what happened to cause this, but obviously I would just have kind of my alert there, right? I'd look for that demand bounce for swings. If we do push up, let's say we pull back and we start to push up in supply, bro, if we get that reaction, dude, take shorts down to here, right? If we don't, hey, I mean, I'm long-term wise, I'm generally a bull on everything. I'm relatively a put swinger. It's just my personal style. I would rather wait for price to come back to the fair value that I want, to the discount price that I want, than to get short. That's just kind of how I view the market. Like every single company's goal is to increase in value, right? Do they always? No, but a lot of times they don't, right? But I just feel like my edge is in swings is to the upside. I just think I see the chart better. Is that why it dumped the 3-to-1 split, Roy? But yeah, another thing that when swinging, right? I don't do a lot of this. Probably should be better, but news or company fundamentals are pretty big with swinging, unless if you're in the trade for a couple weeks. But when you get to that 6th month to a year or plus, those fundamentals of a stock, of a company, are crucial, because one bad news article, boom, that trade's toast. If you're in it for a couple weeks, it really doesn't matter. But that, kind of those short-term leaps, right? 6 months to a year, or longer-term swings, right? That's where fundamentals can definitely come into play. They're important. Free cash flow, potential growth. Those things are, what analysts are saying about, the 5-year percentage gain. Like, those things matter. You can get that all for free on Yahoo Finance, by the way. But and I think on Market Watch too. But at the end of the day, it comes down to price action. So even if this, like, for example, 3-to-1 price split, 3-to-1 stock split on Walmart. All right, sell off. All right, I'm simply just waiting for demand to bounce at 161, 162. And then I'm going to look to target all-time highs right below that supply, or target like this high. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So at the end of the day, those types of plays, it's simply price action, bro. But when you get, like I said, longer term, I want to be more careful. Walmart might be one. What has been let's look at that. So again, looking at, let's look at free cash flow growth. So this is my favorite, but for some reason it's been like slowing down my computer, so I'm not going to. This is more for dividends, but let's look at it. We can look at the past 4 or 5 years here. So cash flow has kind of been stagnant or decreasing. So not really what you want to see for long term. You want to see that increase. It may have been increasing since like average there. What's the EPS? I don't know if you guys are familiar with any of this, but again, when I look at long-term stuff, this is when I look at EPS is 6 points. That's pretty good. What's been the dividends? Oh, sorry. Are they a dividend king? They're not really increasing too much. You want to see that increase be higher than the rate of inflation. So higher than like 2.5, 3%. I don't think that would be. They are a dividend king. Like they're increasing their dividends, but probably not a good long term. I'm just thinking like long term. Yeah, definitely look at all that stuff. Or do I have key ratios metrics? I don't have key ones. It really just comes down to, average growth, right? Are they beating inflation, right? Because let's say a stock for over the past 50 years has increased by 2.5% per year, right? They're not doing anything, right? You want to see a company kind of just with growth be higher than inflation, right? You want to look at free cash flow. You want to look at, dividend growth. You want to look at EPS. There's lots of evaluations of stocks. One of my favorite guys on YouTube, I'm going to plug his YouTube, is Dividendology. He talks a lot about this guy here. He talks a lot about he's great, but he talks a lot about dividends. He's more dividend focused, but still, it comes down like you can use the metrics and ratios and things that he uses and cash flow growth and things like that to really truly evaluate a company. And the benefit to the dividend side is you're getting cash flow, right? And that's the benefit. And you want to invest in companies that have free cash flow to pay back to their holders. So I don't really have any key ratios or metrics or earnings increases. Earnings increases higher than the rate of inflation. You want to see stable growth higher than about 2.53%. Yes, he does have a Twitter as well. Yeah, he's awesome. Like he's a great resource for that. This is my go-to guy for anything trading, right? Especially like even leaps, everything, right? This guy right here. If you guys don't know him, just kidding. Yeah, he's awesome for that. But dividend, right? Really good. He just put out a new stock on TXN. This is actually one I'm looking at as well. Let's look at it. It's on my thing. So like with the dump, right? It's looking good, right? I think I have my long-term buy down here. But yeah, it's looking solid. We can get a good thing there. But yeah, he goes a lot into his evaluations. Basically, he invests similar to Warren Buffett. All right, and as you know, he's the ultimate dividend guy. So, yeah, fun to see. And make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm at 171. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, you can't, bro. You guys can't even see what I'm sharing. I literally was sharing my YouTube. I was literally sharing Jordan. Like, okay, sorry. This is Dividendology and his YouTube. He's a great resource for dividend investing. Jordan is a great resource for trading purposes, for understanding supply and demand and how institutions work. Zack is great all around. He does it all, right? I'm just kidding. But yeah, I do have some videos here. Make sure you watch these. This one's, as you can see, this one just looks way better than the rest. But with my new camera, my new laptop, I'm starting to ramp that up a little bit. But if you haven't checked out all of Jordan's stuff, though, definitely watch it. Like he gives a ton of information. His YouTube's fire, by the way. It's really good. And then Dividendology, things like that. I'm looking at all my subs. Oh yeah, a lot of those are my friends actually. And then yeah, if you have kids, you probably are familiar with Miss Rachel. Yeah, get back to trading. All right. Yeah, so probably nothing today. Let's look at AMD. So AMD dumped, right? AMD dumped. That's why I was holding off on it. I just did not like this. Yep. So the VALVH, that is TLM. So I play that all the time. That is TLM. Value high, value low. It is beyond the scope of what I'm doing here. It's kind of exclusive for Freedom Team members, but I do that. Yes, you're welcome. Is that like EPS or just PE ratio? I just saw that. Because yeah, I'm sorry. EPS is price to earnings right here. 300 plus. I have it as 1,648. If you guys aren't familiar with PE, it's share price per earnings. I'm not sure why 300 plus. What is like MSFT have? Why am I in Mountain? Oh, I don't know why MD is so high. Do they have good dividends? Should I add that to my dividend portfolio? Oh, they don't do dividends. I guess I do, but yeah, that's weird. I'm not sure why. Oh, I forgot to answer one guy's questions. Probably the last thing. Yeah, and NVIDIA is definitely more of the long term. Bro, thank you, Julian. Oh my gosh, I have to share it. Next time I have to share a different way. I'm so sorry. I'm so used to sharing my entire screen, and so when I just flip back and forth, it shows. Lee Woodward asked about MINM, REVB, and SQQQ. I would assume he's looking for swings. These are all smaller cap stocks. Let's look at it. I personally find these hard to trade and even invest in. Really, it's just hard. I don't really know how to provide value here. I really don't. I really don't. This one, I just probably wouldn't touch. It would come down to fundamentals, right? So what do they do? What's their earnings like? They don't pay dividend. Like what's their company? I don't really know. Analysts say strong buy. Could be a great, could be a trade or a stock that gives you great return, but I just don't. I don't really know. I don't do a lot of small cap stuff, but REVB. Let's see if that has anything. Yeah, when it comes to penny stock or low cap stock trading trading, just gambling in my opinion. Investing in still high risk, but stocks that have fundamentals that you believe in. It's kind of like crypto, right? Anybody that does crypto, right? When you buy, let's say you buy Ethereum, or you buy XRP, or you buy Solana, or you buy Avalanche or AVAX, you are either following hype or you're doing the back tested, you're doing the research on it. Same thing with small caps. With stocks like Apple, with stocks like AMD, with stocks like Tesla, Amazon, those have already been proven to be worthwhile and to increase it. Like they should increase in value over time, right? It's not much of they're lower risk, right? Larger cap. There's still risk involved in any single stock in long term, but just less risk. Again, it's just hard with small caps. And I think, yeah, this is just QQQ, but the opposite. But it's I think it's 3x leverage negative, like to the downside, so it's easier to trade. Like if you wanted to do like covered calls, this is what you would do. If you didn't have enough capital to buy 100 shares of QQQ, you could buy 100 shares of SQQQ, or what's the other one? QQQ leveraged ETF. Oh, it's the same thing without the S. I think it's TQQQ. Yeah, TQQQ. Right. So if you want to do cover calls or cash secured puts, and you need 100 shares of it, you could do this. But hopefully this provided value to you, Lee. I don't really know. I guess look at long criteria. Looking at price action doesn't really fit anything. Criteria, just like I said, it comes down to fundamentals, things like that. Okay, what's AMD doing? Looks like Q's making a run towards demand here. All the way down here. Yeah. What are your guys' thoughts on FOMC? You guys have any thoughts? Crickets. Crickets in the chat. Oh, that's funny, Casey. Literally, it just depends on if he's hawkish or dovish. It really just depends. Let's do some research. What is FOMC? All right, this is for you, Casey. FOMC is, again, it's just the Fed and Federal Reserve, and they make decisions on interest rates, finances in the U.S. Oh, here we go. What is it? Why is it important? Really it comes down to interest rates, inflation, kind of what it breaks down to. And it's obviously led by the mighty Jerome Powell. However you want to say it. Remember all these gifts from last year? Yeah, I honestly don't even like, after this live, I'm not going to look at the market till close probably. So I used to, I'm telling you, I used to be addicted. I used to watch like everything from it. I would watch the thing, and like now I'm like, it doesn't even matter. Like I can go and read the article later and not be all stressed out trying to trade it. So, well, hey, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Sorry, no trade today, but FOMC, I should have known that and moved it to tomorrow. Would going tomorrow be something you guys would like? Should I live trade again tomorrow? Yeah, sure. That's not giving me very much confidence that you want me to. Yup. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Every day. Thank you, Glenn. All right. Yeah. We could probably, I could hop on again tomorrow. I know Jordan typically goes lives. Hey, what's up, Alex? He's in Freedom Team. I know that normally Jordan will go live on Wednesdays and side up Freedom Team. That's why I do it here, because it allows me to, when students are busy in the live, right? I can focus on out here. But so he's going live tomorrow, so I could do that. I could definitely do that. Let me look at my schedule. So. Yeah, I could do that. I don't have anything in the morning, so perfect. I don't have anything till 11 tomorrow, so that'd be perfect. And it's the first of the month. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. No, you're good, bro. In my opinion, it's a good setup. It's a good setup on AMD. You're fine. Again, just be mindful. FOMC days, lots of chop. Lots of chop. Andrew, what's up? Yeah, I can definitely go live tomorrow. And other than that, any other questions you guys have today? If not, I'm going to go enjoy the day. Yay. I will send a, yeah, patience is key, man. That's today. FOMC is protect capital. That's all it is. Yeah, I will post the link in there. We'll go live again tomorrow. Make sure, like, again, can't say it enough. Use my DMs as a resource. Use the vault as a resource. Use my Twitter as a resource. Use Jordan's Twitter as a resource. Use my YouTube as a resource. Use Jordan's YouTube as a resource. a lot of people, that especially that I learned from or tried to learn from, right? It's impossible to follow. They don't even really have a plan themselves. So they're just in it for not really helping people. So I will see you guys inside. Other than that, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys inside the vault. Peace.